But let me just give you some updates first. We got to a situation when we launched on Zukul, on the day that we launched. It was such an amazing launch. You can't believe that you broke the bank's gateway. Okay, so what we did was rather than wait for the bank to wake up and rub the sleep out of their eyes and realise how powerful this thing was, we thought, let's get the other bank account, the other bank processor that we use and that we've used and we love, and that's Pay2, and we've got them into the back office. And that was a lot of programming. You can imagine that we never had that in Zukul. It was planned to be done, but a little bit further down the road. So the programmers were working like crazy people, you know, to get that coding into the program, into the back office. And then obviously then we had to test it, and I made a video on Facebook and I got a few people to test it, and they said, yeah, it took my money, but it didn't show up. So I took that video down. I told the programmers said, yeah, Pay2 need to do something their end. So anyway, they did all them bits their end, and we did our bits our end. And what's happened? You can now go in and buy into the $10 funnel, you know, the $10 package in through Pay2. You can also go and pay for the $25 package, the $50 package, and the $200 package, depending on which one you want to go in. So it all works fantastic. It's working. We've had today, let me just have a look and I'll tell you, we've had over, I think it's 160 payments today. So there's 160 people that have come in today and updated their accounts. Now, for those of you that overpaid, because I know there's a few of you that you see you've got a decline message, you went and paid again, you went and paid again, you went and paid again. We're refunding all of those payments. Okay, we're refunding all of those payments. And what I want to tell you now is that if you read our terms and conditions, them boxes that you tick, and I'm sure most people just say, read terms and conditions, no way. Well, I want to tell you that if you're a Zukul member, okay, or you're a Zukul Ad Network member, you can only pay for your own membership with your own card. You can't use somebody else's card, okay? And if you do, you're going to get blocked. It's not us who'll block you, it would be the banks. The banks don't like you using your card to pay for other people. So what some people have done is given their card out to somebody else. So yeah, go and pay with my account. I'm going down the pub. I'll see you later. Or I'm going round the corner to see my mum, my grandmother, my auntie. You go and make yourself a payment. The banks see this and they block the payment. So only pay for your own account. Okay. I've got a tickle in my throat now. Can you believe that? And I've got no water. So only pay for your own account. Now, what we're going to do, we're just asking the banks now, okay, we just want there to clarify, but what we're thinking of doing is, because we do know that there is some people that have money in their account and they want to pay for other people, or they say, well, I've got money on my credit card, let me send you the money, okay? So what we're going to do is, like we have in Zukul Ad Network, you can fund any amount up to, I think, $1,000 in one transaction. Okay, then you would get the money into your Zukul Ad Network and buy the ad packs that you want. So we're thinking of putting a screen like that inside Zukul, so you can fund your account with up to a certain amount of money, and again, you fund it with your card. You know, so you could collect money in cash in your pocket, and you say, or your friend or your brother, your aunt, it doesn't matter, and you can then use that money. You can fund your account, and then you can transfer that internally to the member that's to do it. But one thing we will ask you not to do is do not transfer between PayPal, okay? Don't use PayPal, because PayPal don't like multi-level marketing companies, don't like rev share companies, don't like internet businesses. So don't receive money into your PayPal account and then say, I'm going to fund my account with my credit card, and then I'm going to send it to the person that's thing. Because if we was accepting PayPal, we would have PayPal in the back office. So we don't accept PayPal. Anybody doing that will get blocked, okay, and your account will get shut down, because we don't accept PayPal. So you must do it credit card, and then you can send it internally. But once we get the confirmation of that from the bank, we'll let you know. But you see what the process happens at the moment. When you want to upgrade your account, whether you're buying a $10, $25 package, the $50 or the $200, what happens now? Same as what happens in Zukul Ad Network. You go in and pay for your account. You receive an email. That email there's basically a link that you click. That takes you to a page on the bank's website, and that is to verify that you are a real person. You need to put your name in there, and you need to do electronic signature, you know, with your mouse or with your finger on your touchpad, depending on what you use. Now, that is there to stop fraud. That's there to stop money laundering. That's there to protect you, okay? Now, again, if you're going to put things on there, you know, so let's just say that Darren filled it out, and when he gets the email, he clicks the email, and his name is actually Darren, but he puts Bob Smith, and he signs it, I'm a big dog. It's going to get declined, okay? You've got to treat it, it's a proper document. It's got to be treated, and the card holder owner is the one that has to fill out that sheet, you know, has to fill out the signature with their mouse and has to write in their name. So, and if that's done properly, then there's no problem. Everything will go through according to plan. Now, I do want to add that we know, and those people know because they're going to get an email. They get an email from us, and they've probably already had that email, that those people that accidentally overpaid for whatever reason, whether it was excitement or whether, or they were getting a declined message, or they thought it didn't go through, or it wasn't getting added to their back office, or whatever reason, those overpayments will be refunded, and they'll be refunded. I would say, I don't know how long it takes to get on your account. Is it 3 days, 4 days? I don't know how long it takes, but that process is in process, okay? But I can tell you there's a lot of people that have overpaid that didn't want to pay. My own cousin paid 15 times, you know, and he phoned me and said, do you know what, I paid 15 times. I looked at my bank this morning. I said, yeah, don't worry, Barry, I'll send you a refund. So I'm sure there's lots of more Barrys out there that have gone and paid accidentally more times than they needed to, okay? So what do you need to do? Nothing. We do everything. You don't need to contact your bank and say, oh, I've overpaid, what's happened? Everything is going to be done our end, okay? We'll make sure that you get refunded. We'll keep one of those payments for your account. The other payments we're going to refund. And also, if you've paid for multiple accounts with one card and you've gone in and signed into accounts, unfortunately those people are going to get a refund because you can't use your card to pay, like I said, for multiple accounts. But other than that, that's the headache out the way. Now the exciting stuff. The exciting stuff is that the funnel now should be starting to look good. Okay, your funnel should now start to be settling down, or your funnels, depending, because I know some of you are in all of them. Your funnels will start to be settling down. And also, what we've going to be doing is we're going to be sorting out the commissions, because people got in, people paid, but didn't get in on an early timestamp, but then a later person got in. So the person that didn't get in didn't get the commission from the person that did get in. So we got a little bit of jiggery pokery to do, but we're going to be doing that. So sorting out your commissions, okay? And then we've got the GSUs, because when we launched, we actually didn't switch on the GSUs. We wanted to hold them back to make sure, because we know with launches, let's face it, you know, this company's been around for 2.5 years. We know launches don't go smooth. They always have this excitement, and there's always these bumpy bits, which makes it exciting. You know, that's what it's all about. But we knew that was going to happen, so we said, let's not mess up the GSUs. So we've kept them all in a GSU bank, and then we're going to start, I think, at some point today, stroke over the weekend, we're going to start delivering those orders that we've collected already. And so I think some people are going to be very happy as they go into the early part of next week. But then as we go in the next part, next week we'll switch it on automatically, so it does it automatically, so we don't have to. But at the moment we're just holding them in a bank, in a holding place, and then we're going to let these flood out into the system accordingly. You know, so it's a fantastic. What I want to do, and I'm sure the people on this panel will agree. I want to thank you for breaking a bank's gateway, because I don't believe there's another company on the planet that's done to achieve this breaking of a bank's gateway. You know, with all the people, there was 2,500 people, 2,500 people, all tried to pay while we was on that hangout in like a minute. You know, and I got, there was actually a block of 7 people. There was 7, exactly 7. I believe it was 7 that paid, and you would never believe this. Their transaction went through exactly the same time. Now, you wouldn't think that would be possible. There would always be somebody that's a little bit quicker or a little bit slower, but 7 people. So the system went Who's first? Because it's done on timestamp. And we did it by the second, you see. So they all paid within that second before it changed to the next second. So now the programmers say to themselves, we can't do it like this anymore, because if you get crazy like this again and all these people want to join, we've got to now do it to the fraction of a second so that we know who's timestamped. So that's something that was a problem. I mean, can you imagine that problem where the programmer phones me and says, well, who do I give it first? Who goes in first out of these 7 people? I said, what are you talking about? And when he explained to me, I thought, how bizarre is that? It just shows you how successful we was. We were successful in bringing a lot of people into this business quickly, and unfortunately, the bank's gateway got broke. So what we're doing on Monday, okay, we're having what we call the launch of a launch. We're going to have a launch of a launch, okay? We're going to do another launch of a launch on Monday, because now we're ready, now we're cooking on gas. So what I'm going to say is, maybe, I know Coach will make a post. Coach will make a post. We want to get that post out, because the launch of the launch is coming, and that launch of the launch is going to be on Monday, okay? On Monday's Hangout, we're going to do a launch of the launch. So I think it'll be another exciting day, and get people in, and obviously people can join now, but I think if we get the word out to more people, get your screenshots on Coach's post, show them your funnels, show them your earnings that you're getting, show them that what's happened to your accounts in 24 hours, and come on our launch of a launch hangout. And what we'll do on that launch of a launch hangout, we're going to give away some free accounts, okay? I'm going to give away 50 free accounts for $10 people if they join on the launch of the launch day, okay? So if they're on that hangout and they're waiting to join, they need to have a free account on that Monday's day. We will give out, so there's people that can't afford to pay, let's face it, can't afford to pay. I'm going to give away 50 accounts. What they need to do is to be on the hangout, on that live hangout. Now, if they're in the Philippines, I'm sorry, you're going to have to get up early in the morning, you're going to have to stay up late in the hours, but you're going to get a free account. And we're going to give them away live on the hangout, and we're going to give them live, because what we'll do is we'll create a post, and only the people that have got a free account on that day will get an account given to them, and we'll choose 50. So we want to get as many people on this launch of the launch. So I think I'm going to hand it over to you, Big D.
Oh man, this is just getting better and better. The launch of the launch. Now, how sweet is that? So Monday, so that's cool, because we got some more momentum we can build up about this. 50, Jeremy's giving away 50 free accounts. Oh my God, that is going to be phenomenal. 50 free accounts. So now 50 people can get in this business for absolutely nothing. How crazy is that? I don't know if many of you have been part of a launch before, but like Jeremy said, there's no perfection in a launch. You know, I've been in plenty of launches, and I've never seen things that didn't have to be tweaked or settled, you know, after a launch. But I also never seen a team of people break the bank, so to speak. I mean, this is totally a first. I have never experienced anything like that, and it just lets you know how many people see what is possible with these funnels, all right? And at the $10 level, I think if we put our focus on that $10 level, all of the other levels by default are going to explode. But for those of you who can definitely get in those upper funnels, by all means, position yourself in those funnels. But also, guys, when we reopen everything, pay to, like Jeremy said, is back there. Make sure you listen to his instructions on that and do the pay to correctly. And Monday, make sure you do everything correctly, guys. And if you ever, let's talk about down the line in the future. Let's say when we launch Zukul Gold. If you ever run your card and you have a problem the first time, I can see trying it again, or even a third time, but please, please don't go crazy with 20 times and 30 times, use some wisdom. And folks, let the programmers do what they do, let Jeremy does what he do, and let everybody get this thing on track. Jeremy's providing us updates. I think these updates with Facebook Live is absolutely great because he's providing us with updates, keeping everybody in the loop, you know. So, and when it's coming from him directly, it can't get no better than that. So he's directly telling us what's going on, what's next, and the only thing we have to do is follow instructions, okay? So everybody just, you know, stay calm. We're going to make sure that everybody get in these funnels. We know everybody's excited. Just follow the instructions, and everybody is going to get in these funnels.
How are you doing today?
I told you, Jeremy, this is just this $10 is going to be, you know, we're going to have an army here, really. Because last night, and Alvinson was there, 2 hours of hangout with the guys. And I know that that was actually one of the most powerful hangouts that we've had, because really we just told them that, you know, this is really it. You know, I mean, the fact that people are wanting to get in, it's like Noah's Ark, you know what I'm saying? It's like saving them before, you know, because so many things are going on right now, really, guys, so many uncertainty. But one thing that's certain right now for us is that we have a way, you know, we have a way to become liquid. Okay, in this time, or this time, so many. I know that banks are gonna. Yeah, I'm sorry if I have to say it, but banks will eventually collapse in the next couple of maybe months or years. That's why you have to get into the gold. You have to get into, you know, cryptocurrency. But you know what I'm saying? It's like the most certain that I do not fear about where my money is going to be, because I already know where my money is going to be. You know, it's going to be in a gold, and it's going to be in a cryptocurrency. It's going to be in Zukul. So it's like we're going to be sounding the alarm. That's what we're going to keep on doing. And yesterday during the hangout, I just told them that the train is moving, and the 90-day game plan, Jeremy, that we're going to have. And we started last night, and I told them, and today it's going to be a different day. So every day, we're all just going to be sharing this business. To make it like a layman term, we're just going to keep on sharing this business and think of who are the people that that they're going to help. So yes, Jeremy, and you said thank you to them, to the people that crushed the banks and crushed whatever that crushed. But it is a good problem. It is a good problem. But one thing that I want to say, I'm going to say it in English, I'm going to say it in Filipino, that Alvinson, together with the two people that we work with, Mr. Alex and Bea, we always said that Jeremy is going to make sure that he's going to sort this out and work on this, you know. And I mean, I've never seen any owner of a company who's hands-on. And I told him, if I work crazy, I am sure this man Jeremy works like crazy. And and the reason why I know that is because Coach Darren just told me, because he's the one, he witnessed everything. He was there with Jeremy. So, and if he was doing like the normal day and this thing happened, I'm sure he lost sleep to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's why I knew everything is going to be okay. Now, of course, I said, being the one who's taking the lead in Zukul Philippines, I told them that I will make sure that everything's going to be okay for all of the Filipinos. And here you are. He just said it, you know. Some of you are even not. I was getting messages on how we're going to get a refund, the overpayments. Now I'm getting messages that, oh no, I think I got my first payment back. How am I, you know, it's just, now you're asking me that I hope we didn't lose our place because we're getting a refund. It's so crazy. But I'm going to speak in Filipino for short, and, you know, mga kababayan ko, napaka gandang araw, because in just like 24 hours, in 2 days, nagawan agad ng solusyon. I know that we're still are working on mga solusyon para lahat ng nandyan sa Philippines makapasok. Pero I'm very, very proud to be here in Zukul. Because if this happened to other companies, I wouldn't even have access to the owner, you know? And I mean, Jeremy even have to say sorry when he doesn't answer my message, and that to me is something because he values my messages to him, and he would ask me, "Are you all right?" Because I would send him like messages in the wee hours because I couldn't sleep for the first night, and I was like, "Oh God," you know. But it's I'm so thank you, Jeremy, and for the people sa Pilipinas, maraming salamat sa trust. And for the like I said, let's just be optimistic, positive. We are moving, and thanks again, guys. There's more to come. We're doing the 90-day game plan because I'm saying that there is power in the 9 day.